Hey everybody, welcome to episode 0 of Gluten Free Organic Thoughts. My name is Michael Wong and I'm one of the co-hosts for this podcast. And I'm based out of Orlando and LA at the same time. So with me right now is Robert Din, a good college friend of mine we met at the University of Florida.
Hey guys, I'm super excited to start. We've been having these kind of conversations like within our friend group at the University of Florida, and we every time we have a conversation, it's pretty interesting, and we always come out with a new perspective, and it's always a little bit funny. We always have a good time. So we thought we would just like start up a podcast and just talk about the type of things that we have, the
Yeah, and all
conversations
this
we have.
conversation we already have on the side already, you know what I mean? Like in
Yeah.
overall, like we have a different group of friends, we started with small circle of friends, and we also had this kind of conversation whether it's funny or serious. But this also gives like a platform to see and venture out what people think, and eventually, we go branch out from our circle of friends. I would love to have anybody who wants to have this kind of conversation live, just but in a natural conversation environment. And the whole point, of this podcast is kind of figured out as we learn and go. But it's also, I think, to share our thoughts, share our opinions and options. At the same time, this I think for me at least, Robert, this is mentally healthy for me. I think just having that ability to do it. So
Yeah, it's always good to like hear what other people have to think as well. So like listening to the audience and seeing what other people are thinking about the conversations that we're having. And I think that it's always good to hear a different perspective sometimes.
yeah, and if also, I mean, if you're listening to this right now and you want a platform to talk among friends, and you have this at least, yeah, this mindset, and you everything's building up, and you just want to let it out, just having this kind of comfortable conversation. Welcome to hop on, send us a message. We're not here to judge, we're here to learn and grow.
We
So
might judge a little, like I don't,
yeah, we can't help it,
just a
right?
little bit.
We can't help, but still though. But anyway, so getting to going back to the program. So with the way we're gonna structure this as we learn and grow, we're gonna go through a topic or two per pod episode, and we're gonna fact check ourselves. If we throw some fact sources out there, we're gonna fact check ourselves from the previous episode to make sure that we're not giving out fake information, or also we gotta make sure that we want to provide, obviously, if we do give some kind of information, we want to be legit as much as possible. And throughout this process, we're
We
gonna,
want you guys to keep us accountable too. Sometimes
yeah, that's
whenever
true.
we're most of the time we're gonna come on here, we have some facts. But then there's also gonna be a lot of like conjecture that's gonna come out of it, just
Yeah,
because we don't know everything. And then you
we're not
guys can just
experts.
we're
Yeah,
not experts at almost anything. I'll
yeah.
tell you right now. So just yeah, any type of information you guys can give us, we'll be willing to take that in as well.
Yeah. So, all right, and then part of this is that we also want to use this podcast as for our venting section. So, Robert, you want to kick it off with our venting section? What do you want to vent this
Oh,
week?
venting this week. Oh man, look at my hair. Like I know, like the audio listeners don't see my hair, but it is too long. I'm so tired of being cooped up in my house. In San Francisco, we've been quarantined for about I want to say 3 to 4 months, almost 4 months. I think that we've been
Really?
cooped up. I I think we should have done a like such a better job at this, like just as the United States should have been doing a better job at like making sure that our people are safe and just getting
Yeah,
rid
I
of
agree.
this as soon as possible. We could have
Yeah.
shut down the whole country for a
Just for
month.
1 month. That's it. Yeah.
Just shut it down for a month, and then anyone coming
Yeah.
in, we test them and like get make sure that they're safe. But then
We're
other
just
than
slow to
that,
react. We were just too slow to
we were
react.
so
I feel like.
slow, and everyone's doing it in pieces. So like it's
Yeah.
taken forever, and
Pieces
like
and different time frames. It was just
yeah,
different time frames.
San
So,
Francisco
yeah.
was like one of the first cities to shut down, and we're still not open, and like we're just waiting for
I
everyone
think that's
else to
California in
finish.
general. I think that's California in general, though. To be honest, Florida was the last to shut down and first to open.
I
So
know. Gotta love Florida. They just don't care.
I agree. All right. Well, so for me, gonna segue to a little bit of that as well. My venting is that for me, it's just a frustration of an individual being selfish and not caring for the other well-beings. That leads to what you were saying earlier. If we each individual do our part, it would have been easier. And for me, that represents lack of good manner and respect for each other. I just feel like that's something that I wish that they could be taught. But I just at the end of the day is everybody's for themselves, and that shouldn't be the mentality. And that's for me, that's the frustration of someone being selfish and lack of the respect of another human being. But anyway, with
Yeah,
that sort
that's
in
true.
mind,
Like
so
people just like they don't care, and they're always looking for themselves. That's
it should
why.
not be a politic thing
Yeah.
either. I'm sorry, I don't think anybody should be using an excuse to make this as a politic thing either. To be honest, so and I've seen that around. To be
But we
honest,
have
so
been in this for a long time, so people are getting restless, and then they're just
we are getting restless. We're
so
getting
like. But we just gotta
credibility
persevere.
being used. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
So, well, okay, going on to okay, part of the topic this week we're gonna discuss something that's very close, to us, because both of us went to University of Florida, and you know, we saw University of Florida taking step forward to actually, try to be proactive to reduce racial connotation of certain images or name or even a chant, and that's what happened actually.
That's what happened. Yeah, I can't believe it. Like, the president of the University of Florida came out and said that we're no longer going to be doing the Gator bait chant.
Yep.
Mike, you want to tell us what that chant is?
Yeah, so Gator Chant was actually originated from Lawrence Wright, and he was is one of the defensive captain of the football team for the '97 championship team, and this is when we beat FSU and we won our first actually national championship.
First national championship.
Yep. So pretty much is if you're in Gator, you're Gator bait. So that's all it was.
He's just trying to like build up some school spirit, get us all pumped up, and just show everyone that the Gator Nation is the best nation. But it's I feel like it's just been there were some negative connotations to this that happened in the 1800s, 1900s, where black children were used as bait to hunt gators. So they would be playing along a river, and the gators would come and try to eat them, and then the whoever it was hunting, they would shoot the gators before they got to them. Hopefully, I guess I don't know. Hopefully,
but also at the same time, there was a few reports that they're not even sure that truly that happened. But at the same time, at the end of the day, I applaud for what University of Florida is doing to take a step forward, try to make sure that this not lead back to any kind of racial connotation, and I get that part of that. However, though, I also think that is where do you draw the line, right? Because I feel like for this player, he developed something. He developed and enhanced a tradition for the Gator Nation, and so I think this is more about the culture environment that they, it's not about what happened in the past. It's more about what he did based on that that event that led to this chant. And right now, keep in mind, it's been 2 decades of that. And
let's go back though. Let's hold back for a second. Like we're pretty sure that this was actually something that happened. Like you said that we're like it's not like sure that like it's probably that it happens.
Of course,
there's a lot of historic like pictures that were done and like different like stories that were written. There was one story that was in the Times magazine that came out, but later on they did like recant that story. But then there's a lot of like pictures and things that are this. So
and I'm
it
sure
does show.
I wouldn't doubt it may not have happened.
Yeah, so it's probably that something like this was going on. Maybe not. It might not even have been that widespread. Maybe like it happened a few times and like it just like got big. Like maybe like a legend of it came out, but like. It did like we're gonna say that it's probably did happen.
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously that's just why University of Florida is taking a step forward, as a positive change against racism. To be honest, listen, I'm all about it. I'm not disappointed that they took away the cheer. It's just that I'm more about the perspective. Okay, so they could have done something probably more impactful. Why this, right? But and again, they're trying to probably make look left and right to make sure everything's clean and tight in a sense of. But at the same time, I feel like it's not fair to that player or it's not fair to the tradition itself being that removed, right?
Also, there's a big thing where like the media is making it way more than it actually is.
That's true.
Like every time you hear the story, you see like the links to like the Gator. The Gator bait from the 1800s,
and
1900s.
They don't talk about the origin of the chant.
And they don't talk about the origin of the actual story at all. So how our chant came about was through our national championships, trying to
Yeah,
unite our school. Like
yeah.
it had nothing to do with
Listen,
actually like using them
and
as
President
gator bait.
Fudge did a good job reaching out to Lawrence Rice and hey, before we make the decision in public, they talked about it, and at least again the method was done correctly. Again, obviously the disappointment behind that is that this was something created out of a successful environment to bring the school together and to bring that tradition even more impactful.
Yeah.
So, I mean, would it stop the student going forward doing the chant? Probably not, to be honest. But the band will stop playing it. But so
Yeah, it probably won't stop like the fans, and
yeah,
then like the
and
the
I'm sure a new chant will
creatives,
come about.
the
Yeah,
creatives that are at like each school, they're always coming out with new stuff anyway. So we'll have
correct.
something
Yeah,
else. It's just
yeah.
like where do we draw the line here?
Where I
Um,
completely agree.
Something like this where the history of the actual chant had nothing to do with like
Yeah,
anything racial seems to be like right on the line of where we should be like
yeah.
doing it.
Well, and
So,
it's walking a tightrope, be honest, because if we're talking about this kind of stuff, man, listen, back in World War II, BMW used to make freaking tanks, and now they're a luxurious car company, and everybody's buying from them. Should we
that's
stop
true.
buying BMW because they used to make tanks and kill Nazis in a sense? I
Yeah.
mean, the same exact thing with Ford Motor. They back in Auschwitz, they had those people were using the concentration camp for laborers, and keep that in mind. I Ford knew about that, and it's not. And but obviously they had no control of it. But do we stop buying Ford? Do we tell them, hey, change your brand, change your name, in a sense?
I mean, there's some companies that are changing names anyways. Like Aunt Jemima's like stop using Aunt Jemima. Like all these
Yeah, I feel like the sugar kills you more before the title.
I mean, and like I think the Aunt Jemima family is probably pretty upset about that, like with all the royalties that they're
Well, I
getting.
mean, at the end of the day, they don't own it obviously now anymore. So the company who bought them technically could do whatever they want, and I get that because that Jemima actually brand is more personal. It's more of a personal brand for them when they created this company, right?
Yeah.
And it probably has a lot of story behind that actually.
Hmm.
So, but again, and I get,
I mean, it makes
corporations what they're trying to
sense.
do. Yeah,
It makes sense, and we have to be conscious of like what we're doing,
more now
um,
than ever.
more than yeah. Oh, now more than like I don't know,
Yeah,
like we should always have been doing this to begin with,
yeah.
but now we just want to like make sure that we're consciously not trying to put anyone down,
Yeah.
in our society.
Well, at the end of the day, we want to, we took a step backward right now, to be honest, I feel like, but we want to make sure we take two steps forward, right?
Yeah,
And I think that's the message we're trying to send to our future generation in general.
yeah, that's true.
So, with that being said, it's just that going back to where, original thought was like, what is the fine line behind this, right? And people are going to may start abusing this kind of stuff to a certain degree. We just got to be careful. I think we got to make sure the morality is truly behind the movement, and we got to make sure that there's a fine line that we don't cross, because if we do that, we just, I just think like there's no stopping, and sometimes we could be too righteous.
I mean, but do you think that there's a way where like even if we go too far back, that will just come like it'll come back to status quo, like where like we'll come back to like a point where it's okay again, but like it's just like
What do you mean
we're gonna
okay though?
go
What do you mean by
like
okay?
where we're like instead of pushing just past the line, we like push way past, and then we'll just come back to where we should have been in the first place.
Well, I feel like we're a smarter generation. I think at least for us, not the boomers in a sense, but we're a smarter generation. And right now, I feel like we want to have a better futures. And obviously, the millennials right now, they have the energy, and they're also kind of with us in a sense to push us forward. And I think that's the reason why it's also like we're forcing the boomers to actually do something about it, because they're the ones that have the top tiers right now, in the corporations, in the governments right now. So
Yeah,
it's two generations pushing against one generation right now.
that's
And
true.
so, and again, we had to take a step back. Listen, keep this in mind. This has been going on for a long period of time. But right now, we actually have the technology and the digital, the digital to see, to be transparent for everything. We have
Mm,
video everywhere now. We have,
that's
social
true.
media is even more bigger now. It's just more crucial now because
Yeah.
transparency is key now.
Honestly, like right now, like more than ever, there's so much more inputs, and like we can see so much more of what's going on than before. So all of this stuff is just coming up.
Yeah, I completely agree. But with that said in mind, this I think this conversation, obviously, will hopefully, we don't. Hopefully, this part of it is that we learn something from it, right? But
Yeah.
also at the same time, we just gotta keep an eye on things in a sense that we just gotta make sure we don't become too righteous for certain things. And I think there's always a fine balance. That's all it comes down to.
Yeah, it's always gonna be that.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to something more lighter. Like we'll move
Yeah.
on to something more
So
fun.
a funny segue. Let's do this.
Like let's here. I'm gonna send you this video that it's like it's on a Reddit, but it's like a light video
Okay.
that I don't think there's any sound to this video, but
Let me know when you send it over. I can take a look at it.
let me see.
I got something really good for you too as well.
You got
You're
something
gonna,
good
you're
for
gonna,
me.
you're gonna love this. I'm pretty sure you're gonna get this right away too. All right, let's see what you sent me.
All right, hold on a second. It's loading. Oh my god, my computer is so slow with all this video recording.
I'm watching it right now. Hang on. This is.
Oh my god, my thing is reloading. Yeah. So
Okay, so he's at McDonald's in a car
so this guy, he's at McDonald's.
Is that a jacuzzi? Oh, it hurts.
Oh, you're watching. So this guy, they're. So if you're not watching, this truck with where they put the bed of the truck, they made it into like a pool, a jacuzzi. It's not warm, I don't think, but it's like it's like a pool.
It's a pool. It's a truck pool.
And then they're like pulling out of a McDonald's drive-through, and he just like stops suddenly, and like water splashes everywhere. Oh my god, this has got
no, but he at the end of it, he held up his burger, so
he still had it. It was still good.
Still had it.
Yeah,
so golden.
This has gotta be somewhere in the South. Like this can't possibly be anywhere else.
It could be Texas. That's true.
I mean, Texas is South too. Like it's gotta be somewhere in there, like Texas, Mississippi, Florida, like Alabama, Georgia, somewhere in there. Like these guys. Oh my god!
By the way,
so
I don't know
crazy.
how'd you find that, but that is hilarious.
it's one of the funniest things I've seen all week.
That is pretty good though. All right, so let me send you something that you're gonna like.
All right, you're gonna send me something too.
Yeah. So let's check this out. This is pretty funny and it's like sarcastically funny.
Sarcastically funny. All right.
Let me see. There it is. And by the way, everybody, we're gonna post some show notes and the links for this, just in case you missed it out and you're listening.
Yeah, so we're doing this on both video and on audio. So then, if you can go on YouTube, and you have the time, you can come and check out and see the video that we're putting up.
Yeah, we're gonna be also on Spotify podcast and as well as a regular podcast as well. So.
All right, so
take a look
this
at
is what Mike sent me. Polymerization. Oh my god. They're putting the PS2 and the PS3 together.
Yes, with duct tape.
With duct tape.
And there's a Pokemon card. It's called not Pokemon.
That's Yu-Gi-Oh, man.
Yu-Gi-Oh. That's Yu-Gi-Oh.
Have you ever seen Yu-Gi-Oh? Oh my god, Yu-Gi-Oh card. This is amazing. Is this what they're gonna come out with for the PS5?
PS5. That's what it was. PS2 plus PS3 equals PS5.
That's it. Except the PS5 is gonna be way bigger than all the past PlayStations, and it's white. It's not black like this.
But it's kind of funny that you admit that. Right?
That is really funny.
And again, we're gonna share this image just in case for you guys who's just listening to this podcast.
Yeah, just check it out. Come onto YouTube and check out our
So our website's gonna be GFOThoughts.com, and this is all our
social media is the same. GFO Thoughts.
Same thing as YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. So come find us. So all right, so we're gonna wrap this up for this first episode 0. This is technically, we're gonna tweak this podcast as we go along. So going forward, we're probably gonna have 1 or 2 guests, and we're gonna try to make this more of a fun, relaxing environment. And again, we'd love to hear your thoughts, your feedback on what do you want to hear, what do you want to expect out of this. But for us, we just want to lay this out. We want to encourage our friends, even strangers, to leave us questions, comments, opinions, and
Yeah.
at the same time, we like to hear from you just in general. So
Yeah. Just come on and like let us know what we're doing wrong. Like could be
I know
like
what we're
our
doing
video.
wrong, okay? What we're
Hey,
doing right
whoa.
at the same time, okay? Come on.
I mean, it's the internet, so we're probably gonna get mostly what we're doing wrong. But
That's true.
yeah, you can,
But
like if you send us a nice note, that'd be nice too. Like we like
yeah,
that too.
listen, we like positive reinforcement, okay? We're a little bit of a criticism, okay? Sandwich it, positive, sandwich it with negative, and or some feedback, make positive reinforcement.
they're gonna they're,
So
they're gonna kill you with that, Wong.
they probably will kill you.
They're gonna kill you with it. They're gonna be like, oh, what's positive? You got you got a full head of hair, but your podcast sucks.
Or you're speaking too fast. I cannot understand. I had to play you in slow motion.
Oh,
So
that's a normal for us. Like we all like our whole friend group knows Michael Wong talks way too fast, but I
hey, but
mean,
that's part of the learning curve, though, right? That is part of the learning curve. Whether you adapt to me or I adapt to you. So
he forces you to listen to him. That's what it is. Like
there we
pay
go.
attention.
There was never a dull moment. Let me tell you that for sure. All right, everybody. Well, appreciate you listening, tuning in, and watching us. Until next time, we'll see you next week. All right.
All right, peace, guys.
See ya.